It's July 6th, 2023, and I've got 3 free best bets for you. Let's go. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day. And listen, we have been heating up in the month of July. We have been on fire. Last night, we had another winning day on the channel, another sweep on the channel. That is 3 sweeps in a row on the channel. We still have not lost in the month of July on the channel. We cashed in on the Rangers, Red Sox first 5 under the 5.5 runs. We also cashed in on the Tatis Jr. and Yelich hit parlay. We had a no action on the A's and Tigers Nerfy as the A's changed pitchers last second, so I kind of nullified that bet. I told you guys in the video yesterday that even if the bet hit, I still wasn't going to count it. Why? Because if it did lose, I wouldn't have counted it. And yesterday was the perfect example of that, as the Nerfy did not cash, but again, it was a no action because Caprillion did not end up going for the A's, so that was a wash there. So 2-0 on the day. You can see our year-to-date record right here. We're back over 500, 6-0 during the month of July so far, over 500 in the MLB so far. So we're looking to keep that momentum going. And listen, I appreciate you guys being a part of the journey. I've been seeing you guys watching the channel, so I really appreciate the support. We're trying to get this thing over 100 views, so I do appreciate that if you do like the video and share it with somebody who you know sports bets, so this way we can help run up the bag together. And stay subscribed to the channel, so this way you can stay up to date on all the latest plays and picks that I'm putting out there, because this is our month that we're going to get hot as we build our bankrolls building into college football season. I know you want to be a part of that, so let's dive into our first best bet of the day. So for my first best bet of the day, I'm going over to the Orioles and Yankees matchup, and I'm taking the Orioles on the first 5 on the money line, and the best odds I've seen is about -125 on DraftKings. And in this matchup, we've got Kyle Bradish on the mound, and he's facing Luis Severino, and this is just one of those tough spots for the Yankees offense, who are truthfully just limping into the All-Star break. I don't think there's any team who's more ready for the All-Star break than the Yankees. Over the last month, the Yankees rank in the bottom 5 teams in runs per game, so that offense has just been absolutely dismal with all the injuries. We know Aaron Judge has been banged up. We know Stanton's not been in the best of form. LeMahieu, Donaldson, all these different offensive weapons that we're used to seeing, it just not has been able to click for them. And I don't think it gets much better for them today, because they're facing Kyle Bradish on the mound, who's been in really good form, and he's been really consistent. In 4 straight starts, he hasn't given up over 2 earned runs, and in his last start against the Twins, he went 6 innings and he gave up 1 run, on which was just like a mistake pitch that was a home run that ended up going out of the park. And that game actually ended up being 1-0 was the final score. So that was the only run of the game. That was the only mistake he made. That was the only error, and guess what? They ended up losing that game, but it still shows the type of form that Kyle Bradish has been in. On the other side, we've got Luis Severino, and he's been the complete opposite of Bradish in the sense of being the shell of inconsistency, right? Severino cannot get it together. I remember betting against him about 2 weeks ago when he faced the Rangers back on the 24th of June, and I faded him. But in that matchup, he went 6 innings of shutout ball, and it was actually funny because that game ended up 1-0 as well, and he got the win in that matchup. So that was something where I was shocked to see him go 6 scoreless innings and give up no runs. But in his next start against the Cardinals, he went right back to his usual form. He gave up 9 runs in only 4 innings, and that's what I've been used to seeing out of Severino all year. And one thing that really sticks out to me when you dive into his numbers a little bit more is his home road split. You guys know I'm always looking at that, and his home ERA, right, look at this, is 2.55. But on the road, his ERA skyrockets to 9.27. That's a difference close to 7 in between of his home ERA and his road ERA. So you're probably saying, like, Noble, doesn't that mean you should back him since the Yankees are playing at home today? Well, I understand what you're saying, but I think when I look at that Texas performance, I look at that as more of an outlier. And because I'm looking at this big disparity in his home ERA and his road ERA, I'm expecting some regression there on that home ERA, and I'm expecting that number to actually go up a little bit because he's been pitching really good at home, and I expect that number to actually compare to some of his road numbers, which is a lot higher ERA and a lot more runs given up. So because of that, I think the Orioles offense, which has been hotter and they can score some runs, I just don't think that Severino is going to be able to get the run support that he needs in this matchup today, unless he pitches a shutout shutout matchup again, which I highly doubt. I think this is the Orioles matchup for them to take. And then one thing I've also been noticing as well is the Yankees have been more damaging over the last week or so in the later innings than they have in the early innings. So that's why I'm going with the first 5 money line here, because the Orioles, even though they have a really good bullpen, their bullpen has not been as strong of late, and the Yankees have been scoring the majority of their runs in the later inning. So because of that, I think Kyle Bradish should be able to last long enough, give us 5-6 strong innings, and the Orioles offense should be able to score 1 or 2 runs that should get us over the hump here. And let's fade the weak Yankees offense right now. So give me the Orioles first 5 in the money line as my first best bet of the day. For my second best bet of the day, I'm going with a team total. And I don't really do too many team totals, as I like to get the value on those live, but I think this one's a really good opportunity here, as we're getting the Phillies team total over 4 runs at -115 odds. Now I've seen some books have 4.5. I would tease it down to 4 runs so that we can get that push opportunity, but I do think they'll score 5 runs or more in general. And this is the reason why, is because the Phillies have been absolutely on a tear over the last month, and their bats have been on fire. They finally got most of their guys healthy. We see Bryce Harper back in the lineup hitting the ball well. We've got Castellanos, we've got Kyle Schwarber. So we've seen a lot of their guys starting to get healthy, and now this Phillies offense is really starting to show up and pick it up. Over the past month, they're 7th in the majors in runs per game, averaging just over 5 runs, and they're also top 5 in batting average as well over the past month, and I love to see that. And truthfully, this is just not a really good spot for the Rays, as their pitching staff, who themselves are probably ready for the All-Star break, have been absolutely banged up. We just saw Shane McClanahan get put on the injury list earlier this week, and then we also know there are other pitchers in Springs, Rasmussen, and Fleming are also on the injury list as well. So as a result, this has caused the Rays to go to more bullpen games than usual, and it's shown. So you guys know, if you don't know this, that the Rays are kind of the first team that have implemented the bullpen game in terms of starting relief pitchers and going the entire game with different relief pitchers. They were like one of the first teams to kind of implement this, but this year they've had to use that a lot more because of the injuries to their starting pitchers. As a result, we've seen their winning record kind of go down. They started off the year really hot, but over the last month or so, that has not been the case. They're 14-13 over the last month, so barely over 500, and then they're on the verge of getting swept in this matchup, as they've lost the first 2 games so far in this series at home. And now that they're going to another bullpen game today, I believe that just favors the Phillies. They've got the hotter lineup, they've got the better offense right now, and I think you could sprinkle some on the Phillies money line, as I think we're getting really good value with them as well. You could take the +1.5 on the run line as well, but I think they should be able to score over 4 runs, as this offense has been averaging over 5 in the last month. And again, they're going with a bullpen game here, and the Rays bullpen, it has an ERA about 3.9, so that means that's right there. We're right there at that 4 number, so I think we should be able to get that. So give me the better offense that's been hitting the ball well over the past month. The Phillies team total over 4 runs as my second best bet. So for my third and final best bet of the day, we're going with another hitter player prop parlay. We've cashed in on our last 5 hitter player props in a row. That's right, 5 of these parlays, all +100 odds or better as well, have cashed in on this channel. So if you're missing out on these player props, I highly encourage you guys to get on it today. And I've got a 3-legger today. Normally I'm doing 2 legs, but today I'm going 3 legs because I really like the hitters. I'm going with Corey Seager to get a hit, Bo Bichette to get a hit, and Adley Rutschman to get a hit. And if you parlay all 3 of those together, you get about +139 odds on FanDuel. So let's break down each individual player real quick. So first, we've got Corey Seager, who has been absolutely killing it for the Texas Rangers. I mean, his bat has been blazing. He's batting .355 on the year, and he's been even better over the past month, as that batting average has risen to .377 over the last 30 games. He's currently on an 8-game hit streak, and he's had at least 1 hit in 21 of the last 24 games. So you love to see that. I also like the fact that the Rangers are playing in a hitter-friendly stadium, and that is Fenway Park today against the Red Sox. And being on the road is not a problem for Corey Seager either, as he's batting over 300 on the road as well. So because of all these opportunities, I think Corey Seager can be able to get us 1 hit. He's done it time and time again. So give me Corey Seager to get 1 hit as the first leg of the parlay. Now for the second leg, we're going with another hitter who's been super consistent all year, and that's Bo Bichette. He's leading the American League and the majors in hits per game, and you know I love to tail the consistency. He has at least 1 hit in 21 of his last 25 games, Kings, and he's batting .339 on the road as well. And he's also facing Lance Lynn, who's known for giving up a lot of hits. Right now, he's averaging over 10 hits per 9 innings. So you know if you've got a pitcher on the mound who's going to give up a lot of hits, Bo Bichette is the guy to tail because he's going to exploit that and he's going to take advantage of the opportunity. I think there's going to be a lot of runs scored in this one. So give me Bo Bichette to get 1 hit in the first game of the doubleheader because that's the game where Lance Lynn is pitching. So this is Bo Bichette in the first game of the doubleheader as the second leg of the parlay. And for the final and third leg of the parlay, I'm exploiting another favorable pitching matchup when it comes to Adley Rutschman and the Orioles. You just heard me break down Luis Severino's numbers and how he's been inconsistent all year. He's also averaging 10.8 hits per 9 innings. So because of that, he gives up a lot of sharp contact, and Adley Rutschman's been one of the best hitters for the Orioles all year. He's currently on a 7-game hit streak. He's batting .282 over the past month, and he's been also getting a lot of volume as well, which I love to see. Over the last 3 games, he's had at least 5 at-bats in each of those games, and that's what I love to see. So if you're getting the opportunities at the plate, which I believe that he should be able to do because Severino should give up a few runs in this matchup, and he gives up a good, decent amount of walks as well, then Rutschman should be able to get us 1 hit as well. And if you're not as convinced on taking Rutschman, then you might want to swap him out with the Luis Arias from the Marlins. You guys know he's always killing it. #1 hitter in baseball in terms of batting average. But if you want to add Luis Arias to this 3-team parlay and make it a 4-leg parlay, then that gets you to about plus 200 odds there. So there's a few different ways that you guys can play around with these players or even round robin them. So this way you can get the best opportunity and get the best value. But we've cashed in on 5 of these in a row, looking to make it 6 today. So you don't want to miss out on this opportunity to take advantage of this player prop parlay. So give me Corey Seager, Bo Bichette, and Adley Rutschman all to get 1 hit. That gets you to plus 139 odds. Just a great way to double our money as our final best bet of the day. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. Looking to keep the consistency going in July. Knock on some wood, right? Still undefeated this month. Keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully, we can sweep the board again today. I've never swept the board 4 days in a row. I've never gone a week without missing a pick. Hopefully, we can do it. I've been just trying to go with my gut. I told y'all after that rough month in June that I got to heat up. So hopefully, we can get there. I'm excited. I'm motivated. And I want to see you guys be motivated and excited as well. So if you need anything, if you need any help, have any questions, click the link in the bio below to join the Telegram group where I'm dropping all my other picks and my $500 challenge as well. Started off at the July 1st with $500, and today, as of right now, we're at about $1,300 in about 6 days. A lot of the picks I've been putting on the video and inside the Telegram are only the picks that I'm taking, so I'm giving you guys all the plays that I'm taking, and doubling your money in 5-6 days is not too bad. I don't know how far we're going to get by the end of the month, but we're going to just keep stacking and climbing and see what we can do. So make sure you click on the link in the bio so this way you can be a part of that journey. And if you're enjoying these videos, just give it a big thumbs up for me. I greatly appreciate it. I can't wait to see the money that you make today. Shoot me a message so this way I can tell some of your picks, and we're going to continue to run the bag. I appreciate y'all. Let's get after it. Dictate your fate. Let's make some money. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Later.